Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is urging the United States to provide significant support in addressing Iran's nuclear program, effectively calling for the U.S. to help finish the job. This plea comes amidst escalating tensions and a hardening stance from the Biden administration, which is demanding a maximalist approach from Tehran. The current U.S. strategy, as articulated by National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, leaves little room for CA. In an interview with Fox News, Waltz declared that all options are on the table, emphasizing that any negotiations with Iran would only proceed if Tehran commits to abandoning its entire nuclear program, leaving no room for the tactical maneuvering that has characterized past negotiations. He further clarified his preference for a diplomatic resolution to the issue of Iran's nuclear ambitions in an interview with the New York Post, stating, "I would like a deal done with Iran. I would prefer that to bombing the hell out of it." This statement, however, belies the underlying tension and the significant pressure exerted by Israel for more decisive action. The current situation is rooted in the 2018 decision by the Trump administration to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal, JCPOA, a multilateral agreement that had placed constraints on Iran's nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief. Following the U.S. withdrawal, Iran has significantly accelerated its nuclear development, now producing substantial quantities of 60% enriched uranium, a critical step away from weapons-grade fissile material. This heightened nuclear activity has been accompanied by a series of escalating tit-for-tat attacks between Israel and Iran over the past year. A significant escalation occurred on October 25, 2024, when Israel launched substantial airstrikes against Iranian air defenses, inflicting considerable damage. Intelligence assessments, shared with reporters over the past week, suggest a heightened probability of Israeli military action targeting Iranian nuclear facilities in the first half of 2025. However, these assessments also underscore Israel's heavy reliance on U.S. support, particularly in the form of aerial refueling, intelligence gathering, and reconnaissance capabilities. U.S. officials have cautioned that even a successful Israeli strike would likely only delay Iran's nuclear program by a few months, potentially triggering Tehran to accelerate its efforts towards producing weapons-grade uranium. Despite potential reservations within the U.S. government, the Trump administration recently approved the sale of guidance kits for BLU-109 bunker-busting bombs. These kits are considered essential for effectively targeting Iran's deeply buried enrichment plant at Fordo, highlighting a tacit, albeit limited, acceptance of the potential for military action. Netanyahu's visit to the White House following Trump's re-election further cemented this alliance, with the Washington Post reporting discussions on various levels of U.S. support, ranging from active military participation in a potential strike to more limited political backing for a coercive ultimatum. While President Trump has consistently emphasized his desire to avoid entanglement in foreign wars, he has demonstrated a willingness to take military action against Iran, most notably with the drone assassination of Iranian Revolutionary Guards commander Qasem Soleimani in Baghdad in January 2020. Although Saudi Arabia is reportedly attempting mediation to prevent further escalation, experts like Alex Vatanka, a senior fellow at the Middle East Institute, warn that Trump's confrontational negotiating style could prove counterproductive when dealing with Tehran, potentially exacerbating the already volatile situation. The interplay of these factors, Israel's pressure, the US's strategic ambiguity, Iran's nuclear advancements, and the potential for miscalculation, paints a picture of a region teetering on the brink of a major conflict, with the possibility of a wider war remaining a very real and present danger. The potential consequences of such a conflict are too dire to ignore, demanding a careful and measured approach from all parties involved. The ongoing tension underscores the critical need for diplomatic solutions and the avoidance of actions that could further destabilize the region.